Today I thought I would give you guys a much needed update on the farm and the house. So as you guys have seen, we have not done any renovations and I get questions on it all the time. I try and give the best answer I can for where we are, but it's kind of hard to just type it out. So I thought I would just get on and update you guys. All of our time this summer has been spent outside and we are just really focusing on trying to get the farm in order. Honestly, just wanting to be more self-sustainable. Everything is so uncertain right now, especially with inflation and the prices of everything going up, especially the cost of food and the food shortages going on. So our main focus, our biggest concern right now is just making sure that we're taken care of and that we have the resources and everything that we need. Right now, that looks like a lot of time spent in the garden. I just now planted our later garden. I vlogged our small garden whenever I first planted it, and we also added a raised bed. So we planted our bigger garden that we call our late garden. It just is food that is going to be coming on in like late August, early September, and that way we're not canning everything at one time. It's kind of broken up over the summer, so it's not so overwhelming. As of right now, we have gotten more chickens. The other day, our farm store, they were trying to get rid of all of their last pullets. It's really late in the year, and these were born on May 31st. So they're about 2 weeks old right now, and it was just a deal that we could not pass up. We ended up getting 69 of them and they were pretty much $1 a piece. And I got them so that we could raise them and sell them just because you don't really make money off pullets like that. But once they are full feathered and about 2 to 3 months old, then you can start selling them. I'm just raising them and then they will be sold, which the majority of them have already been spoken for. And now I'm just waiting to get them raised and so then they can go to their new homes. I'm supposed to actually be on my way right now, but I thought I would film this video really quick while I had the time before I went. We actually just ordered 30 Cornish cross chickens, and those are meat birds, so they're intended to give meat, so you just butcher them, and they're ready in about 6 to 8 weeks. So I actually need to go to the farm store and go pick those up right now, and that will give us chicken. And then we also have our steer that we are raising from last year. He's our red one, and we're just waiting on him to get a little bit bigger, and then we're going to be butchering him. And the first week of July, we are getting 4 pigs to raise and they will also be butchered. So we're trying to get our ducks in a row. So we've got all of our meat sources. And then we also have 2 gardens that we're raising. So that will give us a lot of our fruits and vegetables. It really does not leave much else because we also get our milk from our neighbors, like I mentioned before. And we have our own chickens that lay eggs. So we really don't have to go to the grocery store for much, but that is our main goal right now, is to just become as self-sufficient as we can and really focus on the homesteading farming aspect. But our goal is still to insulate as much of the outside as we can before winter comes, but we still have not worked on any of that. We are currently saving to get materials for that, but our second and third cutting of hay, that will really help us financially just because that's how we make a lot of the money for our renovations, is through our second and third cutting of hay. And our second cutting of hay will be coming up in about 6 to 8 weeks if we can get some rain. This is a very, very dry summer and we need rain for our hay to do good. And as of right now, we're just not getting the rain that we need for it. We've been working on really cleaning up the outside of our property. We have 34 acres and before we bought it, it sat abandoned for 5 years. Almost all of our fence lines on the property looked like this. A lot of it was just gates put together and the fence had actually been broken down or just wasn't even there anymore. So we were able to get a full corral out of this. But cleaning out all of the old fence lines is just very time-consuming work and very labor-intensive. As you can see, there is a ton of plastic and old wrapping from hay that was left here previously from years ago. And it doesn't disintegrate. People leave it lay and it just doesn't go anywhere, especially on concrete. So we have to pick all of that up. But we're trying to get this space cleaned up because we do want to winter our cows on this pad this winter. That way they're not in the pasture rutting it out and they have a clean space that they can go, and it'll be easy for us to clean it off with the tractor. If you remember, this space right here was extremely, extremely grown up. It's where an old barn sat and there was a small pasture lot, but now it is where we have our gardens and eventually we will have a greenhouse. Slowly, we've been working on tearing out all the old fence and rebuilding new, which we still have a long ways to go, but it is starting to look so much better. we're hoping that we can burn the barns that we sold last summer and they took down. We've gone through and gotten out all the material that we needed to keep, and then we've let our friends and family come and get what they wanted also. So what's left is really picked over and it's just not worth anything. The majority of it is rotted. So it does just need to be burned. But like I said, we are having a really dry summer. So there's burn bans and you actually can't burn anything right now. So maybe later in the summer, whenever we get some rain, we can do that. But for right now, we have not done any renovations. Whenever we start on the downstairs bathroom, it's not going to be that big of an ordeal just because we already have the bathtub, the toilet, and the sink and everything like that. We have all the fixtures for it. We just need to rip out all the flooring, and we're still trying to figure out some of the design aspects of the bathroom, so that's why we're holding off also. But that is our small update. It's really not an update on the renovations. It's just to catch you up and say that we're not really working on them right now, and we don't plan to in the next couple months.